Welcome to your mats. We're going to start in a seated position, eyes closed, shoulders relaxed, back straight, taking a few long deep inhales and exhales as we become present on our mat. Opening your eyes now, placing your left hand next to your left hip, reaching your right hand up and over towards the side. Now moving over to the right hand side, reaching your left hand up and over. Do this a few times, ensuring that your seat bones remain flat on the floor, so you're not lifting up, your spine is still erect. You're stretching from fingertips to hips. On the next round, we are going to stretch with your left hand next to your left hip and your right hand over towards the side of the room and hold. Looking up at your right hand, feeling the stretch from the bottom of your hip to your fingertips. You can come down onto that left elbow if you have the room. If not, stay where you are. Reaching up your right hand, placing your right hand next to your right hip, taking your left arm now up and over, reaching your left hand towards the right side of the room. Looking up at your hands, stretching. You have the option to come down onto that right elbow if you wish to. If not, stay where you are. Coming back up to center. As you inhale, you're going to look up, take a short, small back bend, and as you exhale, fall forward, taking your forehead towards the floor. Inhale, look up, taking a small back bend, opening your chest. Exhale, look forward, come with your forehead towards the floor. Do this a few times, moving back and forth. Once again, ensuring that your hips remain placed on the floor and not lifting up. Only come down as far as you can. Listen to your body and do what is best for your body. Continue doing this pose. Coming to center, we're going to twist a bit from the left to the right. Placing your hand on your knee and twisting, and then twisting in the opposite direction. Slowly and gently, keeping your spine erect, looking over your opposite shoulder. You're going to twist onto one side and hold now. Your hand on your knee, your other hand behind you, pressing gently up to keep your spine erect, looking over your shoulder, whichever side you're on, and holding. With every inhale, you're going to lengthen your spine, and with every exhale, you're going to twist a little bit deeper. Move to the opposite side, looking over your shoulder, gentle twist, warming up the body. Gentle, long inhales and exhales in all poses. Inhale, come back to center. We're going to come on to all fours, knees beneath hips, hands beneath shoulders, and we're going to do a few cat and cow stretches. As you inhale, you're going to drop your navel to the floor and look up. And as you exhale, you're going to press into your shoulders, arch your back, and take your chin to your chest. Do a few like this on your own, at your own pace, whatever is comfortable for you. Moving into the spine, mobilizing. remembering to be aware of your breath as you move. Pressing back onto your heels, coming to child's pose. Arms in front, stretch out in front of your body. If your forehead can't reach the ground, you make a fist or two fists and rest your head on your fist. Taking long, deep inhales and exhales. If your seat doesn't reach your heels, that's fine. You stay where you are. Everybody's body is different. Coming up onto all fours again, tucking your toes, straightening your legs, coming to a gentle downward facing dog. This is your first down dog for the day, so be gentle. Your heels don't need to reach the ground. You can take a slight bend in your knees if you need to. Walk out to your downward dog, pedaling your feet if you feel that's comfortable. Remembering your gaze is at your toes or your knees. Pressing up through your hands. On your next inhale, you're going to start to walk your feet slowly to the front of the mat, hanging in a ragdoll pose, grabbing hold of your opposite elbows. If you need to, taking a bend in your knees as much as you need to and swaying from side to side. Gently releasing. Taking your hands to the floor, you're going to bend your knees quite deeply and inhale, reach up, arms towards the sky, take a gentle back bend. And exhale, come to stand in Tadasana mountain pose at the top of your mat. We're going to do a few standing sun salutations. Inhale, reach up, palms to touch above your head. Exhale, fold from the hips, fold down, hands to the floor, bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reverse swan dive up, hands touch at the top of your head again. Take a gentle back bend and inhale, Tadasana. Hands to your side. Inhale, reach up, palms touch above the head. Take a small back bend. Exhale, fold from the hips down, hands flat on the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, swan dive, reverse up. Palms to touch above your head, taking a small back bend and exhale. We're going to flow back down, swan dive forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reverse swan dive up, palms to touch above the head. Take a small back bend and inhale, come back to stand in Tadasana, mountain pose. We're going to do 3 poses, so finding your balance, taking your left knee into your chest, turning your left knee out, placing your leg either on your thigh, underneath your knee or at your ankle, grounding if you need stability, taking your prayer to heart center, finding your balance by keeping your gaze fixed. Inhale, reach up. If you can, if you can't, you stay where you are with your arms by your heart center. Keeping a fixed gaze helps for stability in this pose. Pressing with your left knee, foot into your right thigh also helps with stability. Exhale, bring your prayer to center, release your left leg, kick your legs out. We're going to do the opposite side, taking your right knee into your chest, right foot either on your thigh, below your knee or on the floor, whatever is your preference. Inhale, prayer to heart center. Exhale here, and then inhale, lift your prayer if you're ready to do that. You can open your arms. keeping your gaze fixed. If you fall out of the pose, just come back into it. We're all human, that happens. Inhale, prayer to heart center. Exhale, release your foot, kicking both feet out. Coming back to stand at the top of your mat, taking a big step back with your right leg foot, bending into the left knee. As you inhale, reach your arms up into a high lunge. Making attempts to straighten the back leg. Your left knee is above your left ankle. Your spine is straight. You're reaching up through your fingertips, but you're also pulling apart with your feet. So you're making the motion of pulling your feet away from each other. As you inhale, turn to face the front and reach your arms out alongside your body into a warrior two pose. Looking over your left fingertips. Your left knee is still bent over your left ankle. Your hips are facing the front. Your gaze is at your left fingertips. Pulling your pelvis up. Both feet are flat and grounded. Inhale, straighten your left knee. Exhale, reach forward with that left hand and reach down into a triangle pose. Reaching your right arm up, gazing at your right arm. If that's not comfortable for you, you can gaze straight forward. Not holding your left foot, you want to lightly drape your hand somewhere near your left leg, wherever it goes. Inhale, press into your feet, come back up. Turn your hips so you're facing forward. Your feet will be at about 30 degrees out, legs stretch wide. Inhale, lift your head and chest, and exhale, fold forward, taking your forehead between your feet, taking your hands to your ground. If you can't reach the ground, that's fine. Just go as far as you can. If you need to take your feet further, you do that. If your hands are on the ground, you can walk your hands closer in line with your feet. Taking long, deep inhales and slow exhales. Inhale, come up onto your fingertips. Take your hands to your hips and slowly roll up. Turning your left foot out at 90 degrees now. Right foot heel off the ground. Inhale, bend into your left knee and reach up, high lunge on the left hand side. Making sure your knee is above your ankle, not going further than that. Being gentle with your body, listening to your body and doing what is right for you. Make effort to lift up from your hips and reach through your fingertips. On your next exhale, you're going to turn to face the front and reach your arms alongside your body, looking over your left fingertips in warrior two pose. Your hips are facing the front of the room you are standing in. Your feet are firmly pressed down. Your arms are an extension of your shoulders. Inhale and straighten your left knee. Exhale, reach forward with your right hand and tip down into triangle pose. Looking up at your right hand if you can, otherwise looking straight forward. The pose might feel different on the left hand side to the right hand side. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's shape is different. You just do the best you can. Inhale and come back up. Taking your hands to your hips, turning your feet again at about 30 degrees, facing the front of the room you are standing in. Now interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale, open up your chest and exhale, fold forward, taking your head between your feet. Using the interlace of your fingers to push yourself a little lower if you can go, ensuring that your knees are straight. You're bending from your hips. You take it to your edge. Deep, long inhales and slow exhales in every pose. Release the interlace of your fingers, come up onto your fingertips, hands onto the hips and roll up. Come in to stand again at the top of your mat, reach your hands to the floor, reach up into chair pose. Look down between the V that your knees make. You should be able to see your big toes. Sitting your hips down low, fingertips reaching towards the sky or the ceiling. Sit down a little lower, a little lower. Sit down a little lower, all the way on to your seat. Making a V with your legs. We're going to do boat pose. So inhale, lift your legs up at 90 degrees. You can hold the back of your thigh like I'm doing now, or you can reach your arms alongside your legs. If you're super flexible, you can try to straighten out your legs, but you want to keep your chest up and not be laying down. Taking long, deep inhales and slow exhales, using your core to support you. Hold it for as long as you can. Release your feet to your floor. Place your hands behind you, fingertips facing forward. Extend your feet out so that they're straight in front of you. As you inhale, lift your pelvis off the floor, and exhale, drop your head behind you. If it's too much to drop your head, keep it up. Reverse plank pose. If it's too much for you, come back down. Come in to sit with your legs out in front of you. Taking your right knee to your chest, letting your knee fall out. Your right foot presses against your left thigh, squaring off your body on your left foot. Inhale, reach your fingertips up, and exhale, fold over your left foot. Taking your hands wherever they fall. They may be on your knee, your thigh, your ankle, or even grabbing your foot. Whatever works for you today. Taking long, deep inhales and exhales in this pose. Being mindful of where you feel the stretch. Inhale, release your hands, come back up. Take your right foot over your left thigh. Place your right hand behind you. Inhale, reach your left hand up and hook your elbow onto your knee, or you can wrap your arm around your knee and twist to the right, looking over your right shoulder. With every inhale, you want to feel for length, and with every exhale, you want to twist a little deeper. Listen to your body. Go only as far as your body takes you. Inhale, come to face forward again. Release the twist. Take your left knee into your chest. Let your left leg fall out. Square your body off over your right foot. As you inhale, lift your hands up. Reach up, create length, and exhale, fold over your right foot. Taking your hands wherever they land. Head to knee pose or Janu Sirsasana. You may find one side is more flexible than the other, and this is perfectly normal. Taking slow, long, deep inhales and slow, long exhales. Inhale, lift up. Take your left foot over your right thigh. Your left foot will be flat next to your right thigh. Inhale, reach your right hand up and hook it on your left knee and your left hand plants behind you, close to your spine, and twist to the left hand side. Inhale, create some length, and exhale, twist a little deeper. Go only as far as your body allows. Inhale, release, come to face forward. Stretch both legs out in front of you. As you inhale, you're going to lift your hands up, reach up, create the length, and exhale, fold over both your feet. This is a seated forward fold. Make sure your knees are not bent. Make gentle effort to straighten your knees. On your next inhale, you're going to come back up. Come into lie on your stomach. Placing your hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to do the cobra pose. So as you inhale, lift up into cobra. Your feet are pointing backwards, flat on the floor. Your shoulders are away from your ears. Your gaze is straight out in front of you. Your pelvis is on the floor. You're using your hands to support you, but not pressing through your hands. Long, slow, deep breaths. Exhale, come down. Come into lie on whichever cheek for a few moments. Close your eyes and just feel what's happening in your body. Taking your chin to the floor, we're going to interlace your fingers behind your back. As you inhale, you're going to lift your head, feet, knees off the floor and your shoulders as well. And you're going to hold in locust pose, Shalabhasana. Taking long, deep inhales and exhales in this pose. Hold for as long as you can. If it's too much for you, you can come down. On your next inhale, lift a little higher. And exhale, come back down. Taking your other cheek to the mat and just observing the sensations in your body. Using your hands to support you, come to lie on your back now. Your feet firmly placed on the floor, your knees bent. Your fingertips can brush the back of your heels. Pull in your navel. As you inhale, you're going to lift your lower back, middle back, and upper back off the floor. If this is fine for you, you stay there. If you'd like more, you interlace your fingers behind your back and walk onto your shoulders. This is called half wheel pose. Making sure your knees are hip width distance apart and your feet. Remember to take long, slow, deep breaths. On your next exhale, you can undo your hands and lower yourself slowly down with control. You can walk your feet out to the edges of your mat and let your knees rest together. Just releasing into the breath, feeling the effects of the pose for a few moments. Walk your feet back, just hip width distance apart, brushing your heels with your fingertips. Inhale, lift up, lower back, middle back, and upper back. Interlace your fingers if you have the room to do that and walk onto your shoulders for a wider chest opener. If that's not accessible to you, you stay where you are. If this is too much for you, you don't do it at all. Making efforts to push your hips a little higher. On your next exhale, you're going to release your hands and release your back to the floor. Taking your knees into your chest, rocking from side to side, massaging into the lower spine and the back. Placing your feet back on the floor, a little wider than hip width distance. Your arms are out at a T. And then let your knees fall out to the right hand side, looking over your left shoulder at your left fingertips. A gentle twist. If you feel any pain, you pull out of the pose immediately. Taking your knees back to center, ensuring your feet are hip width distance apart. Let your knees fall over to the left hand side, looking over your right shoulder. Making sure your shoulders remain flat on the floor, both of them. So the twist is coming from the lower spine. Inhale and come back up to center with your feet. Taking your knees one more time into your chest, squeezing them tight to release your lower back. Stretching your legs out in front of you, getting ready for the final resting pose. You may get a blanket or something to cover yourself with. Your feet are mat width distance apart, your arms alongside your body, palms facing up. Closing your eyes, letting go of your controlled breathing. Letting the weight of your body sink into the earth, feeling supported by the earth. You may stay here as long as you like. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.